Why do we drink? Let me be more specific. Why do we drink alcohol? We all know the harm it can cause our body, organs and brain. I think my memory is slightly getting worse because of it. But why do we keep going back, especially when you wake up from a seriously banging headache that makes you want to just give up on life? How does this liquid, which does more harm to our bodies than any good, keep enticing us back to the pub every weekend? That is a question that 2021's Danish Oscar winning film Another Round answers. How a substance that can kill you is something that many of us cannot live without, whether that is meeting with friends or a client at a job. Alcohol is always a mainstay with a majority of social and professional interactions. What do you do when you get a new job? You go for work drinks. How about a date? You get drinks to break the ice. Or even watching football at home, you get a beverage. Drinking alcohol is a drug that is widely accepted and celebrated. Weddings, birthdays and funerals, a beer is always there. We have ingrained this substance in our lives so much that not drinking makes you the weird one. You become the social pariah all because you don't want to drink this poisonous liquid that can cause harmful damages to your innards. And we all know that alcohol is very damaging. But that's what makes Another Round a fascinating movie, because it isn't preachy about the subject of alcohol abuse. Another Round makes a case to drink alcohol than to not, and that makes a sad tale of how good alcohol can be. Four teachers, one called Martin, played by Mads Mikkelsen, conduct an experiment to find out if the psychiatrist Finn Skårderud's hypothesis that people are born with a blood alcohol content deficiency of 0.05 was true, and if they consumed that percentage throughout the day, their social and professional life would be better.
Det er fordi, der findes en norsk filosof og psykiater, Finn Skårderud, som mener, at mennesket er født med en halv promille for lidt.
And the end result was it did, for three of them. I said earlier that this movie tells a sad tale of how good alcohol can be. And I said that because the truth in this movie about how consuming alcohol can significantly make your life better is true. We get more confident and charming the more we drink. And when I say we, I actually mean me. How you respond to alcohol is very different to how I respond to it, so I can only go by my own experience with drinking the devil's liquid. And because of that, I saw myself in Martin. He's quiet and can be in his own world. I get that. My social meter gets drained very quickly. I can only sustain so much social interaction, such as trying to maintain conversations and overall try and feel enthusiastic. It has nothing to do with the other side. I can be having a great time, but then out of nowhere, I just feel like I cannot continue with the same level I began with. To help with situations like that is alcohol. Once I've consumed a certain amount, my demeanour changes and I feel looser, and my tight lips become a symphony of whatever my mind wants to come up with, thus losing all notions of being restricted. And it is fun. How Martin goes about with his new style of teaching when he's just full of life and saying things he would never have thought of but now has the confidence to say them, that's how it feels when you hit that right spot of alcohol consumption.
Han kunne jo kun spille lige der, hvor han ikke var fuld og heller ikke var ældre.
Life is giddy and fun. Ideas come out and conversation is flowing because you don't care how you look. I'll be honest, my most fun moments have been at that sweet spot stage of drinking alcohol because everyone is just happy and laughing. And that's the damaging thing about alcohol, because if you abuse that, then you become addicted and are always trying to gain that level of happiness. They say in the movie that you only become an alcoholic when you can't stop.
Er vi alkoholikere eller er vi ikke?
Vi er ikke alkoholikere. Altså, forskellen er, vi bestemmer selv, hvornår vi har lyst til at drikke. En alkoholiker kan ikke lade være.
They all get to that level briefly where they have to continue drinking, and they even fuel those urges by increasing their alcohol dosage.
Jeg tror, der er mere at hente der. Måske endda lidt højere, tænker jeg.
Martin even says that he quits.
Jeg tror, jeg stopper her, drenge.
Nej, er det rigtigt?
But he sees his friends drink more. He can't stop and continues with them, getting absolutely wasted. It is only when he becomes a danger to his family that he realizes he has to stop. And Martin and two of the other teachers quit the experiment. but for one of them, he becomes sunken in his new world of drinking. The gym teacher Tommy becomes reliant on booze, and in every opportunity he drinks. The others stop. They get that too much becomes dangerous. Martin separates with his wife because of that. He also becomes reliant on alcohol to have a good life. No longer was he using alcohol as an extension to enjoying a night, it became more of needing that to just continue with the mundane. And even his children realised that he was drunk every day.
Men far, du har været fuld et stykke tid. Har du ikke?
And that is the danger, when you fall too deep in the sea of alcohol that you cannot swim back to shore. Tommy drowned in his alcohol abuse and was maybe a lesson that needed to be learned. Dealing with quitting is tough because you are always trying to reach that high and happiness. And as the movie tells us, even the death of a friend that drank too much might not be enough of a reason to fully quit. Because the movie ends with Martin and the other two teachers after the funeral of Tommy gatecrashing the graduation celebrations of their pupils. And they start drinking. And they enjoy it. Martin, who has been avoiding dancing this whole movie, spontaneously bursts into choreography. He realises the power of alcohol. He realises that it does improve social and professional skills, shown by how his wife found him exciting and how the students gained respect for him. As he dances, he feels free. It is like that is the real him. And at the end of the dance, he jumps out to sea. But does he swim, or does he once again drown in the alcohol that now controls his life? You decide.